G'day guys and welcome back to the JFBS Supercoach channel. And today we're going to go through the NBL Round 7 review and a little bit different Round 8 preview in the same video. Now you're probably wondering why I'm doing that. It's because there's no point just doing two separate videos for this round, considering that Round 7 finished yesterday, Round 8 starts tomorrow, as I'm recording on the Tuesday, Melbourne Cup Day. And yeah, so we're just going to do it like that. So I don't waste your guys' time clicking on two different videos. But anyways, let's get into it. As you can see, Damon Lowry beat me, which was super frustrating. There's reasons why I probably didn't beat him. Yeah, just really disappointing week from a couple of players that I had, and probably not me thinking with a straight head at the same time. So congrats to the 1,200 people that did beat Damon Lowry, 5-2 over the whole thing, and ranked in the top 28%, which is dog shit. Lost by 58 points. He's already got his team. I have had a squiz because I think this is like my third time trying to record this as well. But let's just go over the preview real quick for round 7. And I won't be too long. I'll go into the preview for round 8. So yeah, David Lowry scored a 487 and I scored a 429. Hopefully you guys beat him as this is slowly loading. So we'll start from the top to the bottom. So Mawat Mag was disappointing that second game. Probably didn't think straight that Jack McVeigh was going to come back. First game, Mag played 13 points. And I was like, oh, him and Schofield, same amount of points. This is amazing. And no, just didn't work. I think it was my round to lose because I'll get to it soon. Schofield had a 13 in that first game, obviously a 24 in that second game. And then Jack McVeigh has come back, so he might be potentially a person to go for, not this week, but the next two gamer he has. Lualachul, it was a coin flip between him and McGee. The reason I went with Lualachul was because McGee, notoriously for that game early in the year where he played against New Zealand, was his lowest score of the season, and I think it was his lowest score again. So in round 7, so his two lowest scores are against New Zealand. Does he play them a third time this year? Plays them twice more. So not quite an avoid, but potentially a guy you're probably not going to captain if he's playing against New Zealand. So that's why I went with Lualachul, who went up against Sem for the first time and went up against, who was the other team? Adelaide? Not Adelaide. They play Adelaide this week. Tasmania. I was pretty comfortable with that because the first week he played Tassie had a 39, 34 here, but then 23 against Sem. Yeah, but he plays just one game this week and next week. So, excuse me. So probably not the guy to go for this week. Then we get to the two big disappointments of the round, which was Tyler Harvey and Bill Wiley-Bales. I really did not think straight enough when I brought in Bill Wiley-Bales because they brought in their import QJ Jackson or Peterson. I forgot which one. I'll apologise. And yeah, his minutes have kind of gone down since the arrival of those two, having about 20 minutes here, then 15, 15, 12. That was when Jackson was playing last week. So this will probably be the last time I'll see him on my team for the rest of the season and hopefully yours as well, because he's just not going to put up those first couple round scores. He's not going to have high minutes. He's going to be behind Harvey, Hickey, Peterson or Jackson. I'm horrible. I'm so sorry. And like Blanchfield's in front of him, in my opinion. He's like a shooting guard, small forward. But yeah, Harvey was the other massive disappointment with a 10 in that first game and then a 22 in the second. Can you believe Bull Quoll scored more than him? So yeah, super big disappointment for Harvey. I guess it would be all right if his price went down for that. but obviously not worth it. Bull Qual. This was probably the best pick I've made so far this year, I'll be honest, without tooting my own horn. But he scored a 65. He's been starting as of recent for Sydney instead of Justin Galloway, and I think it has been working. So, 33 minutes against Melbourne last night, and he had 23 minutes against Brisbane. He had in 24, 2017. So he's been playing high. He's already been playing high minute games of 20s, like low to mid 20s. But that's a 33-minute game, which really helps. So it was very good seeing him score really well. But it was disappointing because Dukas and Murray didn't score at all in Brisbane's second game. McGee obviously was the better captain option than Lawalachul. Prather was also a better option than McGee by 10. So, yeah, not very smart on my end. Blanchfield with the 36. What can you do with that? Would have been nice to have him. But yes, round 8. Let's get into it. I don't want to waste any more time, honestly. Damon Lowry's got a very weird team. He's got Sam Menenga, Max Darling, Baker, Cotton, Lopez, and Krebs. So he's got 2 guys who are good and then 2 blokes who are above average and 2 guys who are one guy that's I'd say is average for his price, good for his price, but average. And then Darling, who's just shit. Sorry, Darling, but I'm sorry, I don't rate Darling that much. So I'm not going to bring him in my team. But for round 8 teams, let's go to the 6-man here so we get a better idea of who is playing. Round 8, you've got, if my mouse wants to work, Adelaide, Illawarra, Melbourne, New Zealand. Let me have a look. That's 8. Southeast Melbourne, not Sydney, and Tasmania. So these are the guys you want to go for to maximise your score this round, and to beat Damon Lowry, really. The easiest option to go with is Bryce Cotton, but we need to assess some options, honestly, because I think everyone should have him, or, in a way, he's kind of a must-have all the time, but yeah, look, we'll just see how it all goes. Some other guys like Jesse Edwards for 274k is okay. We should probably go it off by average, honestly, if this wants to load, which I don't think it will. Okay, cool. And then I'll just do highest price as well after that. Lord, who were the best cheapies? So, Harlan Davidson has been doing decent. He's made 21k. Cameron's going to be, he's in that area where you're like, I can't grab him. You can't grab him. He's in that grey area where he's better than your bad players, but he's not as good as your good players. So you might as well just use that money to get a bad player who get maybe 2/3 of his average and then use the extra 70k or 80k for an upgrade of a primo option. Blanchfield's probably the top option in my opinion looking at this, or Ben Ayre's actually a good option. Bill Bales is on the ban list. Liafa maybe, Swackle Bullock. I don't think so. They're going up against Melbourne, which is a tough matchup for them. Foster and Mitchell, I just don't know about those two, honestly. Tarangi as well. I think he didn't play much. I can't click on the guys. I can now. But I don't think he played much on the weekend. In that one game that they played, 19. It's kind of average. For 77k, he's not terrible to get you 15 points. He's going to get you more than Davison, so we'll have a look. And he's guard forward, so we can kind of mess around with the roster with the 6 players we choose. So let's go with guard. Let's just see a team with Bryce, and I want to see a team. Let's get Ben Ayre in here because I think for 99k is pretty good. And then 6-man. Let's just have Tarangi here for now. I'm not saying go for him, like he's not a must-have at all, but I'm just having him for now. So I've got 760k to play with. That is not who I want. I don't want Bales. For God's sakes, now you're just slowing up my time. All right, Ben Air. There we go. Now it's 752. The center's interesting because I think like McGee is like he's the number one guy you go for, your fallback option. But the only worry I really have about him is he's going up against Melbourne, but then he's going up against Cairns. So I think he's going to just absolutely dominate Marcus Lee. So I reckon he's going to be in the team. And a guy like Menenga, as much as it might be a bit money conscious, they also have a really tough round because they play Adelaide and I think it's Sydney afterwards, which I think he plays well against Sydney as he did early in the year. Yeah, he had a 42. And then as he played Adelaide, they have not played Adelaide yet, New Zealand. So I don't know. It's hard to say what you want to do, what you kind of want out of him. So decisions. You probably can't if you're going with Bryce and JaVale. I think that's a good two options there. But if we go for a guy, let's just have Blanchfield here. What will that give us? That'd be around 240k. If he wants to load. 240k. Do we have enough for what's his face? Will Hickey. No, we're down by off by 7k. So it's annoying because I think I want to take JaVale as the guy. And I think I can minus 10 points from Cotton to PJC. I do want to see what his averages were against Sydney in his past three games. 24, 42, 37, because they're kind of a similar system and team. Whereas Adelaide are completely different. So for about 70k less, I reckon PJC is not a bad option to go for, in my opinion. Or if you want to go even less, like he's 40k cheaper and he's averaging just 0.5 less, you could go with Sobe. What would that leave you? 180k. It's not bad. Let's just go back to PJC because what you could do, maybe not. So now you've got 140k to play with here. Let's see what we can afford. So Alir is probably the best guy from this. Yeah, I would say so. Because I think Hickey's going to be really good. I think he's going to be crucial because he had like 4 blocks. And I really want him before his price changes. Just at that base, 246k. He was really good last year and how he made like 200k in money. And I was not one of them that jumped on. Let's get to Rungy, wherever he might be. And then 160k. Because, okay, well, this is glitched now. Krislovich, that's not a bad option. Who does Melbourne have this week? Because they've got Illawarra. I'm thinking for Jesse Edwards because you could save another 100k with going with Edwards instead of McGee. Come on, who have they got after? Sam. So they've got easier on the road, and then a tough game against Sam. How did what's his face go? If this lets me load it up. Sorry if this is going to take a long video. Take a long time for the video. This is kind of on the fly, off the cuff. He's got a 14 against Sam. Okay, that doesn't entice me. Do I? I mean, I like to compare teams and see who I think is better than the other. How did Krislovic go up against Sam? So 24 for Edwards, 26 against Sam. Uh, yeah, I reckon Krislovic isn't bad. Nick Marshall, I think, is good. He's been on fire recently. Well, the games that I've seen, he's been playing well. Who are Tassie playing? Because he's been starting as well, I believe. He played 31 minutes against Sydney, 22 against New Zealand, 36 and 34. I mean, disappointing scores, but I reckon he's not bad to actually have. So let's actually bring him in, I reckon. Okay, so this is the current team I've got. We've got Hickey, PJC, and McGee. So McGee's better than Baker. Um, Cotton is better than PJC by, let's say, by 10 points. That's fine. Hickey and Menenga are pretty even. But then it's a bit, I don't know. I think Marshall and Lopez are about the same. Krebs and Darling. Like Darling, I think Tarangi's better. And is it Blanchfield that's better than Krebs? Don't know. Let's just save my team for now. I don't love it, to be completely honest. And let's just do this. So it's saying that we're projected to win by about 57 points. What is everyone projected to get? So 79, 39 over 2 games. Probably not it. 59. I reckon it'll be more. That's probably close. 88, 32. Maybe for Krebs. Because I think McGee's locked in. Marshall, I want to say, is locked in, but also, can any of these guys move? Yes, they can. So I could go get rid of Blanchfield, move Tarangi to the forward position, and see what money I've got there. Can you be normal, please, Supercoach? I don't know what's going on with this. It's been horrible. 6 man. So now I've got 135k. I don't know what I was doing. And the filter's not working. That's great. It was Adelaide, Illawarra, Melbourne, New Zealand, Sam, Tasmania. Sorry for just be watching me mumbling and shit. Yeah, Blanchfield's probably the best. Oh no, sorry, I was going with Ben Air, and I was seeing what I was getting out of this. So 36k for Ben Air. What can that get me for better than Nick Marshall? If this wants to load. Rob Baker. Oh, how much more would I need to get to? Oh no, he's 296. Another. Nah, I'm trying to think. Rakosovic is interesting. I don't know how to feel about him though. He doesn't play high minutes, but he's playing against New Zealand. Could be a bit of a weird one to go with, but I kind of am intrigued with it as well. Because if I go Baker, who is an import, then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 really good guys, and a guy who I think is better than Darling. Not as probably similar to Krebs, maybe not as good as Krebs. And then Lopez. Do you know what? Let's go with Rakosovic. Let's be different. Gives me 12k. Could Ben Air get me to anyone? potentially. No, not anyone that I like. What about Tarangi? Um, Tarangi would probably get me to Isaac White. He might get a lot of minutes against. Um, oh, but then I can't. I can't get Isaac White. That's the difference. DJ Mitchell, nah. Is Tarangi really the best option? Yeah, this is the problem with having. Okay, how about if I went with what's his face? Let's say I did go with Marshall. What can I get with Hickey? So 280k. I mean, I feel like Hickey is the best option out of all of them. So let's go with a route of Bryce Cotton and then 206k. Not Flynn. How can I accumulate 40k? But at the same time, do I really want to do that? Is it a McGee play? I think he's going to torch. He's going to torch some. All right. What's it called? Cans apart. But to be fair, I'm beating Damon Lowry, so Sam Menenga could be an option, and then I have. Come on, can you like work for me, please? Where is he? Will Hickey, and then I still have about 46k. Oh, 59k. Oh, okay. Marshall, 220k. To Baker, I probably prefer that. 32k. We can upgrade to Runny, or we can push Ben Air to Blanchfield, I reckon. Was I supposed to go for Goulding? No, I was not. That's why it's weird. For fuck's sakes. All right, Will Hickey. Can you select him? Thank you. Now it's 116. Now I'm not as happy. No, no one that I like. I think Ben is the best one there. Yeah, I think this is the team. Because I'm trying to beat him. Like, at the end of the day, I'm trying to beat Damon Lowry. And I've got Bryce, Menenga, and Baker all the same. So 1, 2, 3. The difference is Lopez, Krebs, and Darling. Hickey's better than Lopez. Air's about the same as Krebs, and Tarangi's probably the same as Darling. So let's save that actually. Does it have us winning by a lot? By about it's a bit different. Uh, so there's no way of me getting McGee. I, I think I prefer Hickey over Menenga. So I think this is probably the team that I'm rolling out with for round 8. Yeah. We'll see. I probably won't have an update video on changing the team that much, but I think this is the team that I'm going with. It's projected me to beat Lowry by 44 points. Hopefully that will happen. Cotton, I don't care if he does well or not because me and Lowry have him. Same with Menenga. I'd want a Hickey to do a lot better compared to Menenga. Yeah, that's about it. So that's the team going forwards for round 8. Let me know what teams you guys have got. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully you guys have a good week for NBL. Hopefully you beat Damon Lowry as well. And I'll see you guys next time. Cheers.